In recent decades, the El Niño and La Niña climate phenomena have become increasingly known to the general public. These natural events are not only of scientific interest but have a tangible impact on our climate, daily lives, and environment. Their influence is not limited to the regions directly affected but propagates globally, causing damage, natural disasters, and, in some cases, altering the destinies of entire civilizations. Currently, experts are warning that La Niña, the cold sister of El Niño, could bring a particularly harsh and dangerous winter in the coming weeks. El Niño and La Niña are two sides of the same coin, part of a complex and cyclical system called the El Niño Southern Oscillation, ENSO. This phenomenon involves the warming El Niño and cooling La Niña phases of equatorial Pacific waters, drastically influencing global weather patterns. El Niño is characterized by an abnormal warming of ocean waters in the eastern Pacific, which directly impacts the global climate. This anomaly leads to increased rainfall in some regions and drought in others, severely disrupting climatic balances worldwide. La Niña, on the other hand, is characterized by cooling in the same waters. Trade winds, which usually blow from east to west, become stronger during La Niña, causing colder waters to accumulate along the western coast of South America while warmer waters pool in the western Pacific. This phenomenon can trigger extreme weather conditions such as droughts, heavy storms, and floods. The ENSO system is a complex mechanism involving both the ocean and the atmosphere, creating meteorological teleconnections that affect regions far from the Pacific. For example, the Horn of Africa is more susceptible to drought during La Niña phases, while other regions experience storms and extreme events. La Niña, although less well known than its brother, El Niño, is no less dangerous. While both phenomena are linked to extreme weather events, the effects of La Niña manifest in distinct and sometimes devastating ways. Drought and wildfires. La Niña tends to reduce rainfall in tropical regions, particularly in Southeast Asia, Australia, and South America. This lack of rain, combined with high temperatures, can spark devastating wildfires, such as those that struck Australia in 2019-2020, fueling a climate crisis with global repercussions. Heavy rains and floods. Conversely, in more temperate regions, La Niña brings abundant rainfall, often resulting in catastrophic floods. Areas unaccustomed to such events face enormous damages, as seen in South America, where heavy rains and unstable hillsides caused deadly landslides. Impact on natural resources. Climate anomalies caused by La Niña can also affect agriculture, reducing the availability of resources like water and food. Crops in Africa and other vulnerable regions may suffer significant damage due to drought, threatening food security and leading to humanitarian crises. The power of El Niño and La Niña is not new. These phenomena have impacted human history since ancient times. One significant example is the mochi culture in Peru, which flourished between the 1st and 8th centuries. This civilization, reliant on a delicate agricultural and water system, was likely destroyed by a series of extreme weather events linked to El Niño, which caused devastating storms and floods that ruined their crops and infrastructure. The fragility of their constructions and irrigation systems proved insufficient to withstand such climatic extremes. Some historians also believe that the fall of empires like the Aztecs and the Incas may have been influenced by the ENSO cycle. The El Niño and La Niña phases could have played a decisive role in triggering natural disasters that destabilized these civilizations. The effects of La Niña are not limited to climate and the environment but also have global health implications. For instance, the genetic recombination of influenza viruses can be facilitated by changes in bird migration routes. Alterations in climatic patterns affect the migratory paths of wild birds, which are carriers of influenza viruses. During La Niña phases, these migrations are often longer and more complex, increasing the risk of viral transmission to animal species and eventually to humans. Historically, global influenza pandemics, such as the 2009 swine flu epidemic, have often followed intense La Niña climatic events. In such cases, the interaction between climate changes and animal migration behaviors contributed to the spread of viruses potentially dangerous to human health. The term, "winter of horror," is not a scientific expression but has been used by the media to describe fears that La Niña could bring extremely low temperatures and harsh weather conditions. According to meteorologists, the next La Niña phase is imminent, as these phenomena follow a cyclical pattern. The World Meteorological Organization, WMO, has already predicted that lower temperatures could emerge by autumn or, at the latest, during the winter of 2024. If these predictions come true, Europe could face a particularly harsh winter, although the direct effects of La Niña on this region are less defined than in others. Furthermore, the combination of El Niño and global warming could give rise to a mega El Niño in the coming years. The recent heatwave in Australia, with temperatures exceeding 16 degrees Celsius above average, has led scientists to discuss the potential for a mega El Niño. This phenomenon could further accelerate global temperature increases, breaking records for atmospheric and oceanic heat. The effects of a potential mega El Niño would be devastating, exacerbating ongoing climate changes and triggering new environmental and social crises. Studies published in Nature suggest that the phenomenon could push global temperatures beyond historical highs, with severe consequences for our climate and life on Earth. The impact of El Niño and La Niña on the global climate is undeniable, and their intensification, driven by global warming, represents a growing challenge for humanity. As we prepare to face a possible harsh winter or a mega El Niño, we must reflect on the implications of these changes for our future. Adapting to these extreme events, combined with policies to mitigate climate change, will be crucial to minimizing damage and safeguarding our civilization. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell to avoid missing upcoming videos.